The 1960s was a tumultuous decade marked by counter-cultural movements and social upheaval. One of the most notable of these movements was the rise of psychedelia, a cultural phenomenon that was centered on the use of psychedelic drugs, such as LSD, to experience altered states of consciousness. The use of these drugs was associated with the hippie movement and the search for spiritual enlightenment. The origins of psychedelia can be traced back to the 1950s, when a Swiss scientist named Albert Hofmann first synthesized LSD. In the early 1960s, LSD and other psychedelics were initially used by a small group of psychiatrists and psychologists who believed that these drugs could be therapeutic and help patients access repressed memories and emotions. However, the use of psychedelics quickly spread beyond the medical community and into the mainstream. One of the key figures in the early days of psychedelia was Timothy Leary, a Harvard professor who was an advocate for the use of LSD and other psychedelics. Leary's famous catchphrase, "Turn on, tune in, drop out," became a rallying cry for the counterculture, and the use of psychedelics became associated with the rejection of mainstream values and the pursuit of individual freedom and spiritual enlightenment. The rise of psychedelia was also closely tied to the explosion of popular music in the 1960s. Many musicians, including the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, were experimenting with LSD and other psychedelics, and this influence can be heard in their music. The psychedelic aesthetic also had a major impact on the visual arts, with artists like Peter Max and Andy Warhol incorporating psychedelic elements into their work. By the late 1960s, however, the popularity of psychedelia began to wane. The use of psychedelics became increasingly stigmatized and was associated with the excesses of the counterculture. In addition, the negative effects of prolonged use of these drugs, such as psychosis and flashbacks, became more widely known. Despite this, the influence of psychedelia can still be seen in many areas of contemporary culture, from music and art to fashion and technology.